Tonight's stories.
Married the bully.
Not invited.
Before. After.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast. I'm Madi, and I'm here with
Brando.
Sam.
Brandon's here with his new shirt
Yes.
and the jewelry. Check the jewelry.
And actually, you're a member of the Tattoo Club, aren't you?
Uh-oh.
Welcome to the Tattoo Club.
You feel me? I got it.
You're gonna have to get a close up, man.
Yeah, it's really small.
Yeah.
I got one too. I got a little Band-Aid.
Didn't you get another one?
Wait, let me see your tattoo again. Actually, I got a matching one as well.
Oh, you guys got a matching
We
one?
got matching tattoos. We wanted to do this with SJ here, but Maddie, look at us. We beat you guys to it.
The fact that
I
I'm
do
like
see the
genuinely
peeling now.
jealous.
The peeling started happening to me.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
It's
yeah,
fine. It's
Brandon
fine.
didn't send me the matching tattoos, but he was like, I got a
we're
tattoo.
going to reveal it on Thursday to SJ because we want to be like, hey.
You know you guys could have just waited, right? Because like I already knew about the tattoo. You could have just waited for SJ.
He wanted to do it. He's like, I can't not do it.
Okay.
We could still reveal it to SJ. She
Yeah.
doesn't know.
You still,
I text her.
But we knew when we were getting, I was like, this might get Maddie to get a tattoo if she sees that.
Honestly, it made me want to wait longer.
No.
Because I'm like, I'm not just going to do a willy-nilly.
And I think I'm back. I'm like, he wants to get more tattoos. I'm like, I need
do.
more tattoos again.
just hit the mic and subscribe just for that.
No, what it did is it made me jelly because I thought I was going to be
That's
the
what we're
first
hoping
one.
that your jelliness will get you to get a tattoo. Because Brando got one now. I've been had him. I know you're not jealous of me, but I'm like, Brandon didn't have one.
Mm-mm.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
Well, it was weird though, because did you notice what I was talking about? And I was like, I look up when I'm getting, because I was like, oh yeah, it's my first tattoo, and all the shop just like stop and looks at me.
They were like, what?
And
They're just like completely
the other
tatted
one,
out.
But then as I'm getting tatted, like my arm's there, and I was playing it up because I look up and I see Sam recording. I knew Sam was going to record. But then
The shop is recording.
I see the photographer is recording with her camera. And I was like, you're taking pictures. Why are you recording me?
She's like,
And then I see the shop owner's social media person, shout out Liv, and oh my god, we've been going for 30 minutes. I see
we didn't start until like 7. What?
Should I wait? No, it's fine. I'll wait. I'm gonna let y'all get it together. You cameras, all right? I'm gonna split you up. No more.
They're already split up.
I'm gonna split you up more.
Oh.
But anyway, I look up and I see Sam's recording. I'm like, okay, I expected that because it really didn't. It didn't hurt as bad as I thought it was going to hurt. But then I look and I see the photographer recording. I see the social media assistant recording, and I look over further and I just see like 3 other people just staring at me get this tattoo. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, what the heck is going on? I didn't think this was going to be such a big a deal, but yeah.
For me, I think there is a hump. Because I know before I got my first tattoo, I probably talked about it for like a year. And then after the hump, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
But there is a hump where you're like,
I never had a hump. I was just like, Sam was like, I'll get it. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So,
oh, yeah, I got some gifts for you guys.
Oh, why did I think it was another freaking tattoo
thing.
surprise? I'm like, another tattoo?
So I got this big one's for you.
yeah. All right.
And this one's for you, Maddie.
Thanks.
I just saw this and I thought of both of you. And I feel like we should give gifts to our friends more often.
True.
Yeah.
Even ones that you prank or?
Yeah.
Even ones I prank.
Even
'Cause I
cousins
love
you
you
prank?
guys. I love both of you.
Okay. Okay. It's okay.
Oh no, it's in a box.
It's in a box. Oh, this is ordered because
I don't think I do this, Sam.
What?
I don't think I do this.
I'm trying to get Maddie into some ganja.
Parsley.
Parsley. So was this just a reason to just give him a gift, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the hat, so I feel a little better
You
about
think I
that.
would do something lazy like this to give you the hat? Come on, man. It's parsley. You guys both get parsley.
So this is step one, I think, of the plan.
This is warfare.
I think this is mental warfare. This is step one. I just happen to be a casualty to the parsley.
Well, actually, because I did this, I gave Myra parsley last night too.
Did you order too much parsley?
On Instacart.
That's exactly what happened.
On Instacart, I've been doing a thing where they're like, because I'm trying to cook more, and they have like recipes on Instacart, and you just hit it and it'll add all the ingredients for it, and you just take off the things you don't want. And so I did this linguine shrimp thing, and parsley was one of the things. But on the recipe, it says 5 shakers of parsley. So I get a thing, and I'm like, because I was already pissed at her because she put all the groceries on my steps instead of on my porch. I'm like, this is even worse than DoorDash, because it's like one little thing for DoorDash. All my groceries were just on my front lawn.
Yeah.
So I pulled everything. I was mad.
Front lawn?
Yes. I was pissed.
Oh, she didn't even go up the steps at all.
No, she put some on the steps and some on just on the grass. And so I was mad going in there, and then I opened the bag, and I'm like, why is there 5 parsleys in here? I look on the app, I'm like, it ordered 5 parsleys. I'm like, what do I do? Give them to my friends.
Yeah.
Is your car a Dodge?
No.
What's your favorite number 14?
No, I just like the shirt.
No.
It's
Do you even hunt?
Bro, do you even hunt?
how can you all even see the shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Should we
Then
get
it's
to the
like-
story? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe we talk about this during lunch. We're going to go to lunch. Am I overreacting for leaving my friend's bachelorette trip after she called me the before to everyone else's after?
What does that even mean?
Like a before
She's
picture.
the before and everyone else is the after.
Oh, that's crushing.
I-26 female was invited on a bachelorette weekend with 6 other women, all friends of the bride. I'm not as thin or glamorous as the others. I'm average. On the second night, after a few drinks, the bride, 27 female, said, "You know what's great about having you here? You make us all look like the after photos, like a walking before and after ad." And then everyone laughed.
Oh my, unprompted?
I quietly excused myself, booked an early train home, and texted her the next day saying I didn't appreciate the comment. She told me I was taking a joke too seriously and that I killed the vibe. Everyone in the group chat is now saying I overreacted. Did I?
No, that's crazy.
No, those people are not your friends.
They don't like you.
They're
That's-
making fun of you to your face.
Not one of them was like,
Yeah.
hey,
And then expecting you to accept it.
yeah.
If someone makes a fat joke, a fat ugly joke about me to my face, and I'm just the punchline, and everyone
And
around me
everyone
laughs,
Everyone's like, they're clapping.
I'm breaking down. I'm getting out of there.
Yeah.
She did the right thing. She
Yeah.
left. I'm so sorry that you had horrible friends like that.
Yeah.
But it's also good that you just, you recognize what it was and didn't take it as like a fake joke. There's no joke. They're making you the joke.
Right.
And they're saying horrible things about you. There's nothing funny about that. And you're not overreacting. I honestly don't know how that came up though for the bride to just
How
say
does that come
Yeah,
up?
That is so
unprovoked.
mean.
That means, I'm like, if it just came out of nowhere, I'm like, you've been thinking about this and y'all just voiced it, just like a little alcohol for you to be. Y'all talked about this before. With all of them laughing, they've talked about it before. Because I can't imagine they're all like, all the friends heard it for the first time, like, haha, and then immediately think, like, what the?
Yeah, she
If someone
finally,
said that about my friend, I'm like, what the? How dare you?
the bride finally got the liquid courage
Yeah.
though, because they were all drinking.
Why did it didn't even need to be said? I don't even get the joke.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
so mean.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is right too, because it's not a joke, and the fact that everybody laughed, it's like, oh, you're on the outside of it, you just don't know. Yeah,
See, I can't imagine someone saying that about one of our friends and we just laugh. Everyone laughs?
Yeah. And it's another one of our friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We beat up our friends when we make fun of our other friends. I got beat up so many times in Oklahoma.
Well, yeah, you were being a little outrageous to Jill.
Yeah, and I got beat up for it, and rightly
choked.
so. It was good.
I think that was a good green flag. You said a joke to Jill, and she didn't appreciate it, right, too?
She was indifferent to it.
But the boys didn't like it.
Yeah, the boys didn't like it.
And so they literally jumped you.
They let me know.
On the bench.
I put you in a headlock. Yeah. I said, what are you doing?
And I was like, this is fine.
Because society took the result. Society acted.
In this society, we don't play that.
No.
We don't have none of that. And y'all let me know, and then it happened a couple more times.
And then y'all kept letting him know.
Yeah,
and he eventually
I was
stopped.
letting know every time, and then it did eventually work out.
How many times we gotta teach you this
Yeah,
lesson?
and I'm like, oh.
What's that from?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. Old man.
Yeah, you definitely got to go. They're not your friends. They don't like you. I didn't make fun of Jill.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be good to say.
It was one of our bits we had with each other where I was just aggressive toward her, but I didn't make fun of her.
Yeah.
So I wanted that clear.
So it was a bit.
Yeah. It's just the me and Jill bit where we're like going back and forth, and I just said something and they didn't like it.
Yeah, and so they were also jokingly beating you up.
Yeah.
Top comment. Ugh, I can't roll my eyes enough. I get that nowadays we're all hyper aware of how we're treated, and this comes off as being snowflakes. If not wanting to be made fun of and having feelings hurt at the expense of someone else's joke makes me a snowflake, then I shall wave that flag strong and proud. Making fun of someone and hurting their feelings as a joke isn't a joke. It isn't funny. Why do so many people think it's okay to hurt someone's feelings for a laugh? Look, I can get sometimes we say stupid things and we can accidentally be hurtful, but the human response at that point would be to apologize and then not do it anymore. Not to tell you you're being too sensitive and can't take a joke. Fuck that. And don't go to the wedding. And leave the group chat. So this next story is, am I the asshole for skipping my brother's wedding because I wasn't invited to the engagement party?
Ooh.
That is a little weird. Why aren't you invited to the engagement party?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Am I the asshole for skipping my brother's wedding because I wasn't invited to the engagement party? I, 28 male, have a twin brother. Growing up, we were inseparable, and until recently, I thought we were still very close.
Oh.
I was always more of a shy nerd, and he was an extrovert that played sports throughout our childhood and high school, but we spent almost all of our time together by choice. We went our separate ways when college came. He stayed local in Arizona, and I went to college in Portland. When I graduated, I stayed there because I fell in love with the city. My friends are here, my professional networks from internships were here, etc. But I always flew back home for holidays, events, birthdays, etc. My brother announced on Instagram that he and his girlfriend of 3 years got engaged. I was incredibly happy for him, and I texted him congratulations. He mentioned they were planning to have an engagement party in 6 to 8 weeks, and I told him to let me know so I can book a flight to come celebrate. I was never told a date. If I brought it up with him or anyone in the family, they'd change the subject, or they'd say it was still being planned and confirmed. After a few weeks, I texted my brother to ask about the date because it must have been getting close, and I didn't want to pay for a last-minute flight. No response. I asked my mom for details, and she said, it's not really an engagement party, it's just a small dinner with family. There's no need to come down for it. I eventually found out that it was, in fact, a big party. They rented out an entire restaurant for 4 hours. There were over 80 guests, family, friends, cousins, everyone. Everyone was told that I couldn't make it. My aunt, who was like a second mother to me, texted me saying that she was very disappointed that I couldn't make time to join, and I replied that I would have happily come, but I was not invited. Word spread quickly about my snub, and my parents and brother tried to say it was just a misunderstanding. That was almost a year ago. Since then, I've tried to get to the bottom of why I wasn't invited. Over the course of months, it went from, it was just meant to be a small gathering, to, I don't know what happened. There must have been a miscommunication, to, it's a party. It's no big deal. I asked my brother if he was mad at me. I thought maybe his fiance didn't like me. Even if she or he didn't want me there, why were my parents okay with this? This really wasn't like them. Christmas and Easter was awkward as hell because no one but me wanted to address the elephant in the room, and any conversations about anything was like small talk with strangers. When I visited in May for my sister's birthday, I left early after my sister said, "You moved so far away. It's like you're not family anymore. You make everything feel so weird now." 9 months ago, I got the save the date announcement, and 6 months ago, I got the invitation to the wedding. I wasn't asked to be in the wedding party, which is fine. It wasn't surprising at that point. But my sister and younger brother were asked to be in the wedding party, so another snub. I also didn't get a +1 for my girlfriend I've been seeing for over a year and a half, but my sister, however, got a +1 for her friends with benefits.
Wow.
So I decided I wasn't welcome, and I was probably only invited for optics and to play Happy Family. I didn't RSVP no, since I knew that would cause a shit show. I just didn't go. The wedding was this past weekend. No one contacted me about missing the rehearsal dinner, so I guess even if I did go, I wasn't invited to that or expected to be there. I started getting calls and texts about an hour before the ceremony asking where I was, if my flight was delayed, how far along I will be, etc., and I ignored them. They stopped for a while during the ceremony, but started up again right after that. I finally picked up my mom's call, and she screamed, "Where the hell are you?" And I replied, "In Portland, where you all prefer me to be." She said, "This is your brother's wedding. How could you embarrass us?" I answered, "It's just a party. It's no big deal, right?" It was probably the first time in my life my mother was speechless. After a few seconds of silence, I said, "Tell everyone I said hi." And I hung up. Now I'm getting calls and texts from everyone saying I'm being petty and I ruined the day. So am I the asshole here? I feel like I'm just matching their energy and dropping the rope.
This man lost his whole family over his twin brother's wedding? Basically?
Something weird happened,
Yeah,
and
something
nobody
before
nobody
that.
wants to tell him.
Right.
And I don't think you're the asshole for wanting to.
Continue. Hi, buddy.
Yes, I'm not saying. I can tell.
Oh,
I can see something on his mind.
yeah, that's insightful.
That is upsetting what the brother did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And OP didn't deserve that. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just cold-hearted because it's confusing, and it's frustrating to be confused, right, Husky? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's my turn to go, or, well, yeah, I don't think he's the asshole here. Oh,
Oh, he's got more to say.
more.
no, I agree with you. I don't think he's the asshole.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. You had wise words.
It was
Good job,
very
buddy.
good.
Yeah.
I agree with Husker. I don't think he's the asshole. I honestly feel like I'd probably be doing the same because I know we've talked about before how we've had like conflicted responses, at least on this couch. With like before, I've said that there have been times where I'm like, I think I would match the energy,
Right.
and I think in this situation, I would probably be hurt, but I would also be, I probably would do the same thing because I'm like, especially finding just all these different things that are just adding up that are confirming the weird stuff that's happening. And the final straw would have been the rehearsal dinner. I'm like, yeah, I made the right decision. It's weird. You guys only notice when I'm like an hour before the wedding that I'm not there, when I probably was supposed to be there for a while now.
Right.
I don't think it's wrong that he decided not to go. I think he tried to make attempts with his family. He was
definitely
consistently
did.
there.
Mm-hmm.
He was always there. He was
Yeah.
always asking. So, yeah, something's happening, and I don't know if they'll ever say it, but
I don't think he's ever going to find out. It's
Yeah.
the strangest thing I've ever heard.
I really just don't like the fact that the family did a move and then tried to hide their hand as if they didn't do it. Like, he didn't get invited to the engagement party, and then that next Christmas when he's like, I'm ready to talk about it. And then they're like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. And it's like, okay, if you see that you done something and it's actually hurt a family member.
I know, Husker.
Wait. And
Thought of hurting a family member.
but it's like, yeah, just the whole fact that they weren't ready to talk about it,
Yeah.
even though everybody else was. It was literally a 1v however, however many family members,
Right.
and they just weren't willing to talk about it.
What hurts me the most, especially, and I don't think, I feel like there is some, generally you're more close to your twin, like your twin, and when they say, the most hurtful thing to me is, this party's for our family. You're like,
Yeah, that was crazy.
because this is not like, I could see maybe there's a more realistic if this is like your cousin or you're someone in your family but kind of distant and not in your immediate family. But for them to say like, oh yeah, it's just for family, and you're like, well, what the hell am I? And plus my twin, which we share something
We
like
share the womb.
more than most siblings probably do. We're close in a way that a lot of siblings aren't, just by how twins are. And I can't come? What is this? I can't even imagine what the thing is. It would have to be like the brother's scared that he'll switch with him at the wedding and take his wife or something. Something like TV show worthy, because I'm like, there's no reason why you wouldn't want your sibling, closest sibling, to be there.
Well,
With your younger
fraternal
your sister?
twins?
Are they fraternal or identical?
I don't know.
I don't think he.
All I know is they're
specified
twins.
that. Yeah.
I think they look the same. He's scared he's going to steal his wife. I think she's like, I got the ugly twin.
I think the only potential clue that we might be able to infer from the story is when the sister was like, you've basically been gone for so long, like you make everything weird now. So I wonder if they've kind of bonded without him being there, like kind of created a problem, the fact that he moved so far away. And so they're kind of like creating all this strife with him that he doesn't live next to them all the time, that they have an issue with it, but they've never communicated with him.
Yeah.
They maybe always assumed he'd come back. And so that's always been like a big thing in their family, where even though he's visiting constantly, he's always making time for his family.
Right.
More than a lot of people's family. More than my family. This is so much.
Yeah.
And he's always making time to be there. And they still have a problem with it because he doesn't live so close. And I think now there's like some type of grudge, I can only assume, is like they're like, it's weird that you're here now. We're used to you not being here anymore.
I can see that.
She said that after the fact, though, I think, too, right?
But I guess that's my only thing of like maybe trying to figure out the reason
it played
why.
into it.
Yeah.
But they could have that feeling, but they also seem to really care about appearances as well. So why even for appearances, why not have the brother at the party? Even if you feel that way, you're like, yeah, we just don't feel comfortable on you. You guys care about how people look at you. And you're like, you're making up all these excuses and lies of like, oh, we didn't know, or it must have been a misunderstanding. Just invite him to the party. Don't invite him. Be weird to him at other times, even though I still think that's an asshole thing to do.
Something must have happened between those 6 to 8 weeks, because they told them there was going to be an engagement party. And then he was reaching out and they're like, oh, whatever.
Oh my God.
And then, so they
80
told him
people?
initially, 80 people, friends, family, friends were going.
Oh, I'm fighting. Because either way, I'm pissed. Even if there's 80 people or there was like 10 and it was just immediate family, I'm mad either
I'm
way
immediate
because
family.
I'm immediate family. I should be at either one of them.
Yeah. So, I would be very hurt by this. And I don't think you're the asshole for separating yourself when it seems like they don't want you to be there anymore.
Yeah.
And so it just hurts
Definitely
to come around because
appropriate.
there's an issue and they're not willing to talk about it with you. Because even let's say like if I had a family member that moved away and they've grown apart because they've changed as a person and they come back and it's like, it's different now.
It is different.
You would still, in my family, we would still be like, we invite you over and hope that, we could bond over new things.
Right.
Not be like, well, we're upset that you moved on and had different experiences in life that aren't as, you're not as family focused as us. And even then I still disagree with my presumption of how they feel about him because he has shown so much effort, even though he doesn't live in the same state anymore. He makes an effort to come in. It sounds like every few months
Right.
to be there.
That's a lot to me.
That is a lot. A flight every few months. family is important to him, and they also seem to think that family is important, but what they think is important seem to be two different things.
Yeah, we think the sister's friend with benefits, basically family.
That's petty to me. I feel like that's a little petty thing.
So petty.
Be like, no, you can't bring a +1.
That was what I found the most disrespectful. Because it's like, it's not even, well, maybe it could have been like one of those things where she didn't tell them that it's a friends with benefits, but it's like implied.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, if it's not established.
Everyone should get, why can't all the siblings get a +1? We should all be the same.
Yeah. Like, why specifically he can't have the +1?
And honestly, again, oop, your hair got caught in it. If this was me in this situation and I'm the brother and I'm like, for whatever reason, I can't find a +1 for my sibling,
right.
I'm uninviting a friend. I'm not uninviting my sibling or saying, you can't bring somebody. Because honestly, at the end of the day, if it's gonna make you happy to bring someone, I want you to be there.
Right.
So I'm gonna make sure of like, yes, they can come.
Come on.
We'll figure it out.
She will have to sit in your lap. We don't have enough chairs.
You guys have to share a meal.
Yeah,
I hope you guys are okay with that.
Just down the middle.
It's Branzino.
Yeah. Is that a wedding thing? I've never heard people eating Branzino outside of weddings.
I was watching a video of this guy who like films him being like a private chef, and he made Branzino for his guests. It's like a fish.
Was it a wedding though?
No, it was just the lunch. It was the dinner.
People do outside of weddings.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a more expensive fish or something, so people don't always do it. They just wait for nice occasions. But these people were also wealthy enough to have a private chef. So
let's go find us some Branzino. Let's
go, maybe pitch in, have a house, and pitch in money to have a private chef. I think that's one of those like wealth things that I would do, where I'm like a maid or a private chef like occasionally for the rest of my life. If that could be built into the budget, yeah. Taking away such a big thing like that, and it's like good, nutritious meals, because I'm sure there's probably something to like. I'm learning how to cook.
A cook for sure would change my life.
But sometimes, and maybe this isn't everybody, because mental health is different for everybody. But sometimes I get in one of those moods where I lack on clean. I'm just describing all these things about depression. You're like, so you were depressed? I'm like, anyway. But
moving on.
Sometimes it'd be nice to be like, have a maid come in and be like, can you do a deep clean of my house? So when I get back into it, I'm not catching up, you're catching up, and then I'm just maintaining.
Yeah.
I'm paying you that extra money to do that, because it would also benefit my mental health too if I had a cleaner space. I consider that sometimes too.
Well, I was trying because my friend from high school has a cleaning business. And I was like, I would love to do this. She was like, well, I only do like contracts over time. I was like, I just want to hire you for one big thing. She's like, no, I don't do that. It seems like cleaners don't like.
What if you did like
one clean?
What if you did like, can I schedule you once a month for a year or 6 months?
For me, I'm like, I feel like once a month is too much. I need like a once a quarter.
Well, that's a contract. She couldn't even do that.
I didn't try that.
Maybe you should reach out to her and be like, what if I contracted you for a year, but it was like, you only clean my house like 4 to 8 times. Top comment. I'd ask, if I had the power to ruin the day, why didn't you call me when I missed the rehearsal dinner? If I was so important, why didn't anyone call me in the weeks beforehand to find out why I hadn't RSVP'd?
Right.
To find out my flight plans. Mom, you didn't notice that I wasn't in the guest bedroom the night before? I suspect that it ruined the day because others remembered my existence and wanted to see me more than you all did.
Right.
It has been clear from the get-go that I was not welcome and that my being there would ruin the wedding. I wasn't invited to any of the pre-wedding festivities, and my sister said it was weird when I was there. My girlfriend of over a year wasn't welcome at all, so I stayed home with her. She likes having me around.
I like it too, Opie. I like you being around.
I don't know about you guys, but sometimes my entire social feed is just filled with different health trends. Like cottage cheese is in every recipe for more protein, whether it should be there or not. Red light therapy can solve every skin problem. I say we give the algorithm a rest. Let's turn to real life healthcare professionals who can help you meet your health goals. And with ZocDoc, it's easy. You can find doctors that are right for you and instantly book an appointment. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. With ZocDoc, you can book in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty. You can filter for highly rated doctors who take your insurance, are located nearby, and are a good fit for any medical need you may have. Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. Appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. I use ZocDoc. I used it last week to go to the doctor, and you should too. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/CLP to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/CLP. ZocDoc.com/CLP. Thanks to our listeners for supporting this podcast, and thanks to ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode. Am I the asshole for telling my husband I would not move without my name being on the house? I think that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Why can't you both have your names?
We're married.
Yeah.
In house and not house.
I, 32 female, bought the current starter home at age 22. My husband, 33 male, moved in about 3 years ago, just prior to us getting engaged. I've always considered this to be ours, and now our 15-month-old daughter's home, even though my husband has never financially contributed to the mortgage. We're looking to move to a larger house, not because we intend to have additional children, but because my husband wants a man cave as well as a work-from-home office. He also says he wants a large house to host parties, just like his childhood home. I support his need for his own space and also see this potential move as a way to help our daughter get into a better public school jurisdiction. Yesterday, my husband told me that when it comes to signing for the new house, it should only be his name on the deed. He believes he could qualify for a first-time home buyer, and this would save money on closing costs. We would be using the equity in our current home, about $200,000, for a down payment in order to afford the new mortgage. I told him as a woman I need to protect myself and would not move without my name being included on the home. I told him it would be stupid of me to use the equity in the house I've lived in for 10 years and not have my name on the new home. I mentioned that if something were to happen or if his feelings for me changed one day, that I would be left with nothing. He became very upset by me saying this. He says my thinking is flawed and I need to go to a therapist to work on why I think this. I told him I don't believe my thought process on this is irrational or flawed, and while I understood that he was offended by my statement, this was a non-negotiable for me. Additional background, my husband makes the same amount of money as I, and he pays the electric bill and half of daycare. He constantly talks about money and saving, and has made me cancel subscriptions like the gym in the past to save for a quick buck. When our daughter needed surgery, his first thought was, well, how much is this going to cost? While mine was, is this surgery needed and safe? He grew up in a very wealthy family, and I grew up lower middle class. So Reddit, am I the asshole? And then there's an update.
No. It gets to a point where there are some decisions you have to make just based in logic, and that's what OP is doing. And the fact that he won't see the logical side of what she's talking about is a red flag to me personally.
Well, he's doing it with logic as well.
Well, I guess, yeah, with the whole loan thing.
Yeah.
And
my thing is, because I got my house on a first home buyer thing. For this one, I don't think it's all that beneficial to them, because you do save money on the closing costs. You don't have to put up as much of a down payment for it. But you're literally married. You're taking the equity from the house. Like, that eradicates a lot of the issues that first home buyers actually have. When you're married, you don't. It's helpful at the beginning, but the thing at the end is still a mortgage loan at the end.
Yeah.
And you're paying insurance on it, because I have to pay insurance on my mortgage until it drops below a certain level. So for them, it isn't all that beneficial. The things that it helps people with is not the situation they're in, to me. So I'm like, but he is operating based on the logic. I'm just like, I don't think his logic it doesn't weigh over what she's coming with. Like, if I'm contributing this much money, my house needs to be on the deed. Like, that's straight up. Like, why would I give you this much money and my name's not, I'm not owning, like I don't have any equity. That's crazy to me. So his reasoning is dumb to me.
I'm just giving you $200,000 for free. That's what that is.
That's so silly to me.
Yeah. And then it's the whole, I also don't like it because the church we go to and stuff, and just learning about how you have to set up for, your next generations, but you also have to set up for your partner. So like if stuff were to go bad, they have a safety net. And with doing that, she loses a big part of that safety net.
Yeah.
And
for what?
a first home buyer loan.
Yeah.
Because also I think, maybe we've talked about before, you've had an opinion, Sam, of like, once you're married, your guys' assets are together.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I also do think, though, her being a woman and the fact that she brought this asset to the table, it's not fair for him to, even though they're together, in a way kind of take that away from her. Because who's to say that he's just going to sign the asset back over to her and if something bad happens? I do think she's coming from a realistic mindset where, honestly, whether you think you're going to be with that person for the rest of your life or not, it is the smartest thing in your best interest to always think about, at the end of the day, if we don't stay together, am I good? Am I going to be good? And so it doesn't make sense for her to, even though they're married and their assets are together now, even though he hasn't made a single payment on that house, I'm not giving this house to you when you're gonna, I'm not putting my name on the paper and you're expecting to use my house as equity.
Right.
Because that's where I would go from a little bit of my house, because I made all those payments. I brought this to the marriage.
Right.
It is going to be ours moving forward, going into our next house. We have a kid together, but you're not going to just, like, I get what you're saying. It's coming from logic. So is hers.
Yeah.
His doesn't make sense when you think about the big grand scheme of things. Yeah,
but I'm like, he is coming from, in his head, logic.
In his head, logic, but he's not thinking about the big picture.
Right.
And I don't think he understands that even though they are together, he's putting her at a risk, and he's taking away the equity or the, some of the financial, assets that she's bringing to the relationship and putting it in his name. And you kind of just got to count that in the future. Hopefully what? Yeah. Why can't she have that as an asset too?
Because to me, his logic is, it's short-sighted. It's like he sees this immediate benefit without thinking of the ramifications from it or like the long-term effects of it. He's just like, I see like it might be a little bit cheaper now, so I'm like, that benefit outweighs everything that could be. And I'm like, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's...
Yeah.
You have to think of a full totality of decisions.
It's a dangerous mindset to just look at the one benefit.
Right up front.
Because especially if you get into a place where you have to make a lot of decisions or your decisions become interconnected with each other, you have to look at what else does this decision specifically touch. Because if you don't look at that, then you can make that dumb decision to take the financial loan, and then it screws her over in so many different ways that you didn't even anticipate because you didn't look at every single aspect that this one decision could touch.
Because I can understand like him coming from if it was switched and she was like, I brought this financial asset to the relationship. Going to our next house, I want to sign only my name on there. And he's like, well, I want to put my name on there too. I could understand if they're like, yeah, you guys are married now. It should make sense that it's both of you guys.
Yeah.
But he's not even bringing the house to the financial relationship as an asset to the relationship. And it's just silly to me that he doesn't understand that if something goes bad, he's covered and she isn't, and he can't understand where she's coming from with her worry or concern. Because like you're saying, he's not hearing what she's saying, and he's like, you need to go to therapy for your thought.
So that was the red flag to me, was that thing, because in my head before it was like a straightforward like money thing. Like if you had like a surgery that you needed and a great doctor was like $20,000 and someone was like, man, I can get you done for $5,000. You can be like, it is a good decision for me to go with the $5,000 because it's cheaper. right now it's better because it's cheaper. I'm not spending as much money. Later down the line, I wish I spent that $20,000 because of that. Like, that's purely a financial decision.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we're seeing it. Not knowing exactly what you're saying is like, why would, like, this is not that. Like, we're sharing a life together. I think both of our names should be on this. You're contributing this amount of money. You could be in your rights to be like, well, I'm contributing this much money. I think my name should be only on it. I'm not even suggesting that. I'm just saying both of us need to be on it, especially because of how much I'm contributing to it. And we make the same amount of money, so we're going to be probably paying the same amount on the mortgage. So I'm like, why for this little benefit? Because I'm like, the first homeowner's loan is not that amazing. It's good, but it's not life-changing. It's outweighs most other loans. So I'm like, for my marriage, I'm not dying on this hill of the first homers thing. I'm like, no, I want you to be good. And you should be good because you are contributing to it.
Yeah.
Even if she wasn't, even if they lived in an apartment, didn't own a house, we get on it. Hey, we're still going to be both on it.
Maybe in the comments below, if there are somebody that is like solely on the house deed. What in
marriages?
Yeah, like, in marriages. I guess what's the benefit to that? Because at least from our perspective, all we see is that someone could get screwed over at the end of the day. But maybe there is a benefit that we just don't know about.
Yeah, because I'm not going to rely on, at least in this moment when I'm like, I'm deeply in love with you, like I want to spend my life with you. Let's go off my mindset now and not on a potential one in the future where we're getting divorced. And I'm like, maybe I'm not going to be so generous.
Maybe I don't like you anymore.
And now there's no legal thing holding me to making sure you're good. Me loving you now, I always want you to be good no matter what.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to go from this mindset. I'm like, let's make sure you're good right now. Which is why I now teeter-totter on the prenup.
So, update. I want to thank each of you for your advice and confirmation that I am not out of line in my thinking. I will be contacting a lawyer to set up a trust for my daughter. I will also work on having a will and power of attorney completed. I revisited the conversation tonight with my husband. He stated that the problem is that I feel like I need financial protection from him. He feels like he isn't doing his job as a husband to make me feel secure enough. I let him know that I appreciated his input and know he loves me, but that I would not be essentially handing over $200,000. I've told him that we should go to couples therapy for any outside perspectives, to which he replied that he doesn't want to talk about finances with a couples therapist, but I should explore why I feel the need to financially protect myself. I have told him for the time being we will have to agree to disagree, as I will not be moving forward with his plan. And top comment, not the asshole, what sane person hands anyone $200,000 and just trust that it will all work out?
Right.
I don't like how he keeps throwing the whole thing about like why you feel that way back in her face. Like, I feel like a couples therapist probably would be good for them, because even if they don't want to talk about direct financials, they can still talk about how you're invalidating her feelings because you feel like she shouldn't feel that way.
Right.
I understand where he's coming from, like his root of like, well, I feel a certain type of way when you don't trust me. And it's like, at the end of the day, like what Sam said earlier, how you feel now, you loving me now, might not be how you want to treat me when and if something like that happens. And I need to protect myself for if that happens. At the end of the day, it's just not a smart idea for my name to not be on the deed of the house. And him not understanding that and not even considering where she's coming from is a little frustrating, where I think a couples therapist could help.
Right.
I notice he's being hypocritical, because the initial thing is he said something about going to therapy. You need to go to therapy to figure it out. And now that she suggests, let's go to couples therapy so I can figure out why I don't trust you with my finances. I don't want to talk to a therapist about finances. It's not about the finances at all. It's about the root behind why she's doing what she's doing with her finances, so you guys can get on the same page. Yeah, I caught it. I got you. And
that's a good thing, because it's him saying,
I don't know way you did that. It's like I thought he was actually over there. I'm like, what the? Who's over there?
Get out!
Like, how did he get in here?
I do think that's a good catch, because that's him being like, listen, I'm perfectly fine being who I am. You need to change.
Right.
There's something wrong
That's
with
a
you.
huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you need to change that so we can move forward with this. It's like, there's nothing you need to change as a person.
You need to get on my side because I'm already right.
Where that's
Yeah.
at. Clock it.
Miss you, SJ.
Miss you, SJ. She's not here because I had to reschedule. Otherwise, she would have been here. But yeah, no, I think that's a good thing to point out.
Yeah, he's
So,
'Cause-
but I'm happy she's not moving on this.
Yeah, I was
that's good.
I was gonna say too. I was like, at first when he started bringing up the points, I was like, I guess I could kind of see like where he's coming from, like the whole, like just societal pressure. Like, you know, you guys should be able to trust each other in finances. It's like, yeah, just you guys both on the same page. Just, but at the same time, the second he said that, I was like, oh nah, I see who this guy really is.
Yeah.
He wants to control all that.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the needs and wants story we had.
Yeah.
Because things I was reading in the comments, because I think we had a lot of comments on that story. And a lot of people, it was like kind of split. But some people were like, a big part of the story, and I don't think we talk about it as much, of why the initial conversation happened was because he initially started with, he thinks the problem with relationships in society is like women don't show that they need their partners. And that OP responded from that, saying like,
Oh, I must have not heard that.
yeah. And I think we kind of go into like deeper philosophical about relationships, but that is the initial thing that she's responding to. So it's different when she's like, because I think I brought it down because I think we were talking about it and I was like, well, I think sometimes we're all in this broad, but I'm like, it's like a relationship thing. Like sometimes we need to get out of this high thing. But she was like, I was responding to specifically like women needing men and then the historical ramifications behind women having to be dependent on men because of laws that like literally kept them dependent on men in their lives. And her saying that, like, I don't need you in the same way 60 years ago when I couldn't get a bank account without my husband or my dad's permission. I don't need you in that way anymore. And I'm like, I don't want to need anyone like that. I feel like it's similar to this story where it's like, yes, in a world like when we're like, it's just me and you, we're in a relationship, of course I want to trust you and like, I love you and I think that you're not going to do me wrong. Mm-hmm. But we still live in a macro world where everything's not sunshine and rainbows. And for that story where I'm like, I still don't think it was absolutely necessary to like say you don't need them, because I think there's ways you can do it, because a lot of people in the comments had ways they would phrase it to still get the point across. I think in this story, it's like, no, this is 100% you, because of the way marriage works and the way, like, if we get divorced, how it proportionally affects a woman than the man, we do have to do this. Mm-hmm. And it is because of historically how things have been in the world. We both got to be on it. And if he doesn't fundamentally think that, then that is, if you're engaged, that's something we need to talk about before we get married. Because that is a problem. That's a red flag.
Yeah, because I've even thought about it, like, I guess a mindset I'm learning to adapt to is the whole, like, you know, just like all those type of situations, like the prenup and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. My mindset isn't necessarily that, oh, I'm doing this just in case, but more so because of the systems in place. It has nothing to do with how love actually is working between us or how I will think things go, but it's like literally just like there's systems in place and you have to counteract those systems.
I like that because I think I'm coming around like that too.
Yeah, because it's like it's literally, it has nothing to do with like relationship with the partner. It's literally, there is so many things that if a partner was to die early or if it doesn't work out like the way it was expected to, no side can really get screwed up.
Because I'm at the point where if I got married and my partner was like, I want a prenup, I'm not fighting it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But I still don't know if I'm going to suggest one.
Yeah.
So I haven't got fully over, but I'm like, now I'm firmly like, I'm not against prenups, especially if my partner wants one, but I don't know if I'm going to be like, we should get a prenup. And maybe that'll change, but that's where I am currently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I think it is that whole, the underlying theme of it too is just like, well, this is just like, well, that's how it's presented sometimes. Like, this is a just in case. But it really shouldn't be a just in case. This should be.
It should be like a due diligence. Like this is.
Yeah.
This is a part of marriage. A prenup is a part of it.
Yeah. I think it's beneficial.
Yeah.
I feel like ever since, honestly, one of the biggest people to convince me to do it, funnily enough, was Morgan from Two Hot Takes. She was really adamant about, her and her maybe now husband. They're engaged. I haven't watched their show in a while.
She got
but
a whole Two Hot Takes empire.
she does. But, I remember when I was watching their show all the time, she talked about how, they both had assets that were in their family that they wanted to make sure that if they were to split up, they would still stay in their family. So even them just talking about that of like, there are certain things where it's like, I think he had something from like land or something from his family. And she had like jewelry. It's like, no matter what, there are things written down where it's like, this stuff will always stay with our family.
Yeah.
And I think that's beneficial to do. And ever since then, I've always wanted to do one.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my brother's wedding because he's marrying my high school bully?
Oh.
So I found out a few months ago that my older brother is engaged to someone I went to high school with. At first, I didn't recognize the name when he told me, but when I saw the engagement photos on social media accounts, my stomach dropped. She used to bully me all throughout high school. Not just casual mean girl stuff either. Honestly, she made my life hell. She mocked my weight, started rumors that I had an STD, and even once put a fake note in my locker saying a guy liked me when it was just a joke between her and her friends. I used to cry in the bathroom between classes. My self-esteem was wrecked for years. She just stopped messing with me when I reported them to the school principal. My brother said that now she's apparently grown up, she has a marketing job, and when I stalked her, I saw a post about mental health and empowerment. My brother says she barely remembers me, and she wasn't like that anymore, and that I'm being petty for not moving on. He wants me to come to the wedding and me be happy for him. I told him I won't go. I don't want to sit there smiling and pretending everything is fine while watching my brother marry someone who used to actively make my life miserable. He's furious and says I'm ruining the biggest day of his life over teenage drama. My parents are staying out of it, and they don't want to force me going, which I really appreciate. Am I the asshole for not wanting to go?
The parents staying out of this is actually
refreshing.
I was not expecting that. I thought they were going to be on one side or the other. So the fact that they're like, y'all handle it, it's such a parent thing. And yeah, it was refreshing. I was not expecting that. I would say, I feel like at least a conversation first before you count it out probably would be beneficial to then make your decision.
I do think it's fair, though, what Sam said of why is she the one having to potentially come to meet the bully and have a conversation? The bully should be the one reaching out to be like, hey, so I'm engaged to your brother. We're getting married.
True.
We need to talk about this.
I guess.
And I need to come with remorse and regret and talk about how I'm going to change and be better.
Yeah.
And because I think that's the only way where it's fair to be like, you can move on and make a decision if you want to move on.
Yeah.
If that person apologized.
Yeah, I wasn't putting it on her to have the conversation. I'm just saying at least have a conversation to see, okay, yeah, this is something I can support or this is something I'm not doing at all. But it's more so on the brother since he's in the middle of it. But then also at the same time, I feel like it's a rock and hard place between both of them to even come to terms with that conversation just because one's being bullied shouldn't have to reach out. The other one has to come to terms with the fact that if they did change, that they were a horrible person back then. So either way, it's going to suck. But hey, at the end of the day, it's all in your decision. If that's what you want to do, cool. So be it.
Yeah.
Let them. Relying on the internet instead of feeling your emotions and really just making your own decisions is a tough thing. I mean, it's all our platform's about. It's just people talking on the internet. But it's like sometimes I think we need to lean back into just really making decisions ourselves and just sitting out the consequences, whether it's good or bad. But I hope at some point they can reconcile, because that is going to probably drive a rift, because she's getting married to the person that was directly a part of all of her torment growing up. So I don't know.
No, because I can see what you're saying, because I think maybe what you're alluding to is like the internet would completely be like you were tortured basically in high school.
Yeah.
Hey, stand on business. You ain't got to go do nothing. But in real life, that still does going to have consequences with you and your brother. Like, it's going to be something in your relationship that comes from this if you choose not to go.
Yeah.
And if you choose not to go, that's totally your decision. Like, you just have to reconcile with whatever consequences come from you either going or not going.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some people would come to the situation and they would look at it. Some people are like, I just go, I'll just be cold to the thing. Like, they would still go. Like, people can handle this a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a wrong or right way. You're right. It's like literally what your decision would be. Because we can all say our opinions on it, but you have to live with it, essentially. Yeah.
The ramifications are going to play out, and there's no amount of Reddit comments that are going to help you feel what comes of this.
Can't say that, but this is our whole platform. You gotta say.
I mean, I think it's because it's tough too, right? Like what you guys are saying of what's going to happen with her brother, but him kind of choosing the bully in a way, I think would make me feel a certain type of way.
That's kind of a thing that I can't fully say, because he's seeing this woman that he loves, and he doesn't. He might, I guess it depends if he knew about the extent of the bullying or what happened in high school. But saying that he chose the bully, I think, is kind of a little bit disingenuous, because he's just seeing a woman he loves. She had a past. She did things. It does happen to affect my sister. But did he know, or did he do it on purpose? Like, I chose the bully?
I think maybe it's worth a conversation, because depending on what he knows, still at the end of the day, this person is going to trigger OP, because OP is going to have, a negative, like a negative response to this person.
Yeah.
And is it worth me seeing my brother if I know this person's going to be there? And whether he realizes it or not, he is supporting his fiance, which you would want. Mm-hmm. But does he, like you're saying, does he know how horrible the bullying was? And because if he does, then at the end of the day, yes, that is going to be like, so you support her in what she did in the past, and how, again, he's not asking for his fiance to apologize to her. He's basically being like, little sister, you're making a big deal out of nothing. Get over it. She's a different person. And it's like, who are you to judge how I feel about a situation even though time has passed?
Right.
Especially when they're not willing to right their wrongs. Why do I have to be the bigger person and just blend into the family and have it be fine? And the ramifications come from that. But I'm sure she probably feels a certain type of way from her brother having his actions defending the fiance, and potentially not willing to be like, well, what did you do? Well, can you apologize? It's all OP, you need to fix this. Not person coming into the family, is there anything you can do to also help to fix this?
And I do agree with that. I do think the onus needs to be on the brother to be like, we need to fix this because this is going to be my wife and you're my sister. I do want her to have wronged you to say something to her. Like, that should be a thing, because like you were saying, like, have a conversation. I do think that needs to happen before even the wedding happened. Like, that's the only way we get to it, because the first time we meet can't be at the wedding. Mm-mm. It definitely needs to be something before. Mm-hmm. Well, it did. I don't know if y'all saw Black Mirror this last season.
I tried to watch it. I just couldn't get into it.
Well, there was an episode where essentially this woman was bullied in high school.
Yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah, and she comes back and then she can make things happen with
Oh, I
what
didn't
she
see that.
says. But it's like essentially this where you're kind of on the they're grown up now. They like work at this food company and she starts to work at the girl's company and she was like, oh yeah, like I remember from high school we would say this about her, we called her this, but it's fine now. But things start like working out for the girl who was bullied and it's like the boss likes her, people like her, and like things are changing and like the main character who was the former bully. She's like feels this thing about things going good for her. And in my head I'm like, hopefully that's what the new fiance is like, where I bullied you in high school but now I'm like I'm different now. I've grown up, because I do think people can mature and grow up. From high school we did stuff that we probably wouldn't be proud of doing today.
Right.
But sometimes people are so hard, like they did so many bad things, they like try to rewrite history a little bit or a lot of bit, and it's hard for them to like truly apologize. So I think in this conversation we need to see what kind of person fiance is, because it's different to me if she comes to me and she's like, the whole like I don't fully remember it. I don't know. Sometimes you like, is that true or not? If she's like, I don't fully remember like what happened.
You might not fully, because the thing is that could be true, right? Because for her it was just little inexperience. It was a little joke, but her impact is what mattered, and to her
STD
the impact
rumor is
wasn't
kinda
that big of a
crazy to
deal.
me.
Yeah.
An STD rumor is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
Totally, totally is crazy.
Insane.
Because I'm like, there's a difference between the bullying and then like that kind of stuff. I'm like,
I guess I only say that because there have been times where somebody says something to me, it could even be a family member, and they don't mean it to be as impactful as it is, but it lives with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you know what you said 2 years ago? You kind of keep making jokes about it.
when you said I was the before picture to all your after pictures, that's crazy.
Even something little though, like that is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
The STD rumor is crazy.
Yeah.
That is horrible. She was being like harassed, right? More
Yeah.
than bullying. But it can be something even less by people that care about you. So I guess that's where I'm saying of it could be a lie, totally, because STD is a big thing. But also like it also could be the fact that to her, OP was insignificant to her. She didn't care about her. She just said little shitty things to her.
Yeah.
And her impact, OP's impact on the bully's life was nothing. So she's like, I don't remember you. I bullied a lot of people.
That's hurtful.
And OP is like, you literally harassed me. I was crying in between class periods. So it could be both. It could be, oh, I remember you. I remember bullying you. I loved it. Well, I'm joking. That's like, what is that? Hyperbole? What is it? Hyperbole?
Hyperbole, yeah.
But
It was the best part of my day when I
know,
got to bully you.
some people might be saying stuff that's so mean to other people,
Yeah.
and they don't care enough to even consider how it's going to make you feel. And
Yeah.
other people might have an obsession with you, and they're like, yeah, I literally hate you. I'm
Yeah.
jealous of you. So
Well, it's because of all of those things that I'm like, yes, a conversation is needed, but I have no idea how this conversation, it could go so many different ways because it relies on your personality, relies how the former bully is going to do it. If the brother's there, how that energy changes it. It's likely not to be successful in my eyes. I feel like it's a difficult thing to come out and be like, we're good, we got everything we talked about, and I'm going to go to the wedding. I feel like it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, and now that I'm like now we're getting more into the like nitty gritties of it, thinking about it too, the parents staying out maybe does say something more than not. Because, parents know how siblings work and they're like, yeah, they'll figure it out. I wonder if it's like they'll figure it out or they're like, I'm tired, boss. I'm not doing this.
Because I'm kind of I'm not getting in this. This is like,
yeah, because the other thing too is like, okay, so OP might not go to the wedding, but that doesn't mean, because I don't know if I said it earlier or if it's something that I said that made you say something about her feeling a certain way about her brother and not being as involved in her brother's life. I might have said like cutting off.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I said. Maybe.
Well,
you
didn't. No, you didn't say cutting off. You just said I push back on the brother chose.
So
her
I guess
over.
at the end of the day, even if potentially she doesn't go to the wedding, that doesn't mean that she's not going to see them at events.
Right,
You know,
true,
it's like
true.
she could potentially still see her brother and be able to spend time with her brother, but it's just like different and it's less.
Yeah.
So it might just be like, I'm not going to go to the wedding. I don't support this. But
And that could be the brother's consequence. Like, you do know though that you married someone that affected my life greatly. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
So that it is a natural consequence. Like, yeah, I'm probably not
That's
going
why
to be as close to you.
that's why it's on him to as much as it is like randomly, like it seems like he is the random piece in it. If he wants this to work out, like if he wants the sister to go to the wedding and like everything to be all good, he has to start this conversation because neither side is going to do it. But ultimately, his decision has made this scenario.
But it takes a kind of emotional intelligence to navigate this because he is doing something. His attempt is like forcing his sister to just go, like just get over it. So it takes still someone to be like, okay, maybe that's not going to work. Now I have to try a different way. Get my fiance involved in like, how can we get past this? Because I feel like if the brother's like, hey, babe, this is important to me. I really would like my sister to come to the wedding, and you affected her in a way.
Bullied her.
Yeah.
You bullied her very harshly.
And even though, like, that's something I'm having to come to terms with, depending if I knew, that's the thing. If I just found out about it, I'm like, we need to discuss this because.
how do you feel knowing that your wife,
Yeah. Because-
potential wife, bullied your sister?
Yeah, if this was me and I'm like, oh, I find out at this time, like, my sister's like, yeah, this chick bullied me. I'm like, okay, there's going to be a discussion we need to have of like, what was that? What was that about? What all the things?
How do you feel now?
Yeah, exactly. Before that.
Right.
So I'm like, there definitely has to be discussions made, but someone has to be, if you're just like, I want to get past this and like, let's paper over it. Yeah, force my sister to go without knowing the consequences of doing that.
And I feel like most humans would do that.
Yeah, a lot of
most
people would
humans
do.
are
It's
just like,
easy.
let's just move on.
It was high
it's way
school.
easier than the extensive.
Forget about it.
Let's sit down. Let's actually talk about this. That takes so much work, and even though that probably is going to be the thing to solve it, I feel like it's such a human reaction. To be like, can you just go?
Yeah.
It was high school.
It was a little bullying. It's fine.
So.
Which, unfortunately, I'm definitely like, it's a little bullying. It's fine.
It's crazy.
Well, it is crazy.
You got slapped around.
Yeah.
You got kicked.
If I heard the STD thing, I would be like, okay.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
Now we gotta talk about this.
We got to talk about this.
Yeah, no. You're not the asshole.
Yeah, you're not the asshole.
But it, like Brandon said, like Sam said, have a discussion. If you want to, the brother should be the one pushing that charge and the fiance.
Yeah.
To resolve it with you.
That's what I want to do. If I'm a reformed bully, I'm going into this family, I want to be good with the like.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can have beef after we get married, and like families naturally have little fights. I'm like, probably gonna beef with random family, but I'm like, going into this, I want to like start as clean a slate as possible, and I would want to make up with your sister.
Mm-hmm.
It's your sister, not your cousin.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Would I be the asshole if I told a coworker she needs to find a new way to get to work?
No.
I hate giving people rides.
Would I be the asshole if I told a coworker she needs to find a new way to get to work? We work in a rural location. Most of my coworkers live 20 to 40 minutes away from our job. About a year and a half ago, a woman, May, started driving with us. May's 33 or 34. She can't drive. At first, our boss kind of assigned one of our coworkers to give her rides to work daily, but he got a little too into meth and had to be fired.
What?
It happens. So you just get a little too into math.
There's a little math.
It takes over your life.
So now May gets rides from a variety of coworkers. The issue is we're all tired of it. It's an extra 15 minutes each direction to pick her up and drop her off. The only incentive we get from work is an additional $1 a day for carpooling. So she never
Oh hell.
$1?
So she never gives anyone gas money. I've started to refuse to enter the rotation of people who give her rides to work because she does not stop talking for even a minute when she's in my car. She also refuses to stop talking when I'm trying to drop her off and leave her house so I can get home. She holds everyone hostage socially, but is so nice about it that no one wants to say anything to her. And recently, my coworker and I discovered that her husband has enough time before his work to give her rides to work. Because of all these factors, I think it's time someone says something. Would I be the asshole if I suggested she needs to start asking her husband for rides to work? Maybe that it's time for her to learn how to drive?
No, you're brave. And you're braver than most people. That's a tough situation to be in.
Especially the nice person who needs
Yeah,
help.
the nice person. But I would applaud. I would stand up and clap for you because I'm not going to do that. I'm like definitely. I'd probably be like just mad the entire time.
Yeah, me knowing my avoidant ways, I would just figure out a way to not be on it, but I wouldn't say anything
Yeah.
either. I'd be like, I can't.
So
Yeah, I'm talking to the
proud of
bosses.
you.
Put
Brandon's
more
our
money-
guy.
Yeah.
Brandon's the one to do it.
We're
Either
hyping
that-
you up. We're like, don't do it.
Go, 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 go.
We're like, we hate it. Or we're just like me and Maddie. We're like having conversations. Like, dang, it sucks to have the car ride. I wish somebody would say something about. Because I can't do it. Oh, I wish someone was so brave and just. Maddie, dang it.
Because you know what I'm thinking is, like, when I see a leader, I see someone with a ring on their finger. I see someone with a bracelet on
Gold
their
bracelet,
wrist.
yeah.
I see someone with a shirt you can't see what it is because
Yeah.
it blends in.
Thicker than anyone knows what to do with. Shouldn't be that thick.
Nothing.
That's what a leader is to me. Oh, wait.
Whoa, Brandon.
Brandon? Did you want to say something?
Are you also upset about this,
Yeah.
coworker?
How do you feel about it?
Angry? That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. You should go talk
yeah,
to
look
somebody
how
about
mad he
it.
is. You should go up there now.
You're so vocal
Yeah.
and you're good at speaking
Yeah.
to people.
Let me handle it then.
Yeah, that's a
I'm gonna
man.
handle that for you.
That's a
I'm
man.
gonna handle that.
Sam's like, I'm also a man, but not that type
Not
of
in that
man.
way. Not in that way.
Realistically, though, it would be like to the point like we'd be talking about it, and then it'd be to the point where I would just get so annoyed. I'd be like, "All right, fine, guys, just give me a second," and then be like, "All right, no one has to do the rides anymore."
Yeah, you come back, you're like, oh, that was easy.
Somebody was saying in the comments, they're like, how is work able to force
I
people
don't
to
think
give
they
her
can
rides?
do that.
Well, and me personally, I would also try to get more money out of the incentive. Like
For sure.
$1
There's
is
no
not
incentive for
enough.
me. For someone who talks the entire car ride on a 15 to 20 minute car ride, that's, as an introvert, I don't want, like, that's literally prison. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
And then talks another 10 minutes while
Yeah.
you're in the driveway.
And we're not friends, we're just coworkers? Absolutely not.
What a rush today, huh?
Give me $5 for every minute. Give me $5 for every minute.
Maybe that'll get the company to be like, okay, man, we can't do this. Because to be expected to do something for your like that every day, like to make sure your coworkers I'm like, is it my job to make sure they get to the job?
No.
No.
'Cause
that's our job is to get to the job. Like, it doesn't matter if, like, I take the bus, I do.
That
That's
is
my
her job to make sure she's
Yeah.
there. And even if the company isn't providing an incentive, is she doing anything where she was like, hey, can I help? I appreciate you doing this. Is there anything I can do? You know, I am a chatty person, but maybe I can be chatty while talking about maybe
Yeah.
I should be doing something that benefits you, helping me out.
Right.
But also hearing about that her husband can
husband?
drive
Yeah.
her to work
He's like, I don't
is
wanna-
frustrating.
She talks all the time at home. You think I'm going to take her in the car ride?
I would be so frustrated if I was giving somebody rides thinking that they needed it, and then I find out that somebody in her life can totally do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because it would make me think, like, why am I doing this? I get
Right.
maybe helping you out every once in a while, but you are now making my life harder in a way because I'm doing this for you. And it's not because I'm not doing it out of the kindness of my heart.
It's not the kindness of my heart. And how specialized is the job? Because from a business standpoint, I'm like, can I just hire someone who does? I don't need to pay $1 a day. Like, any extra money, I could just hire someone who I don't pay extra money for to get to the job.
On the tail end
It's a
of that,
business expense.
what's going to happen if all the coworkers say no? Like, they can't do
She would have
anything
to
about
figure out a way
that.
to get to work.
They can't do anything
Yeah.
about that. It's so, at least in my head,
We all say no. We band together.
yeah, just stop all doing it and complaining about it when It's not an obligation. It's not on your job description to go pick up that coworker.
But then you got a weak link because if she's a nice person and she was like, oh, just like someone again, like, oh, fine, I'll pick you up.
It's like the ultimate boss for people that hate to say no to somebody. You have it's an already a practiced norm. This is normal.
Yep.
Okay, she's the nicest person in the world.
Right.
You think she needs your help. She can't get to work otherwise. Everyone else is doing it. There is some incentive, but there's not really there.
That's not an incentive.
So it's like there's so many things where me as a person where it's like already hard to say no. I'm like, it would be so hard to say no to you. But I think maybe getting fed up with being like our personalities, we're not friends, our personalities don't mesh. So this is really, honestly bothering me at this point. It's becoming a bother to me. But also the line would probably be, you have somebody that can give you a ride. That's
the tough part. The husband, come on. And I see you got a bike in your garage, so you have transportation.
She's like, I live 15 to 20 minutes away.
Yeah, 2 hours.
You got a bike, yeah. Just wake up.
Just
earlier.
wake up. Yeah.
Wake up.
She's like, it's
Make sure to
a
shower when you get here,
labor-intensive
please.
job. It's a labor-intensive job,
Yeah.
Sam.
Okay, just do a little bit more labor to get here.
You want me to drive? You want me to bike
your
4
cardio.
hours, commute a day?
Mm-hmm.
Are you committed to this company or not?
Exactly. You might want to go somewhere closer.
I'm gonna ask my husband.
The husband's pissed. He's like, damn.
They know she talked.
All right. Well, Husker's been a really good boy today.
He's been so good.
He's been a good guy.
Little sleepy Billy.
So I think
Good man.
He's been a bad man.
I think we're gonna I think he's dreaming.
Oh, well. He's running through the field. That feels good, man.
His little feet are
Yeah,
kicking.
he's like, hey. Well, his eyes are open.
Yeah, he sleeps with his eyes open. He's
He
a little
does.
creepy a little
Oh
sometimes.
my god, he's looking around and his eyes are open and he's dreaming. That's terrifying. I see his REM cycle. Wait, dogs have REM cycle?
I think they do, yeah.
Oh
I want to see him looking so
Oh
bad.
my gosh, he's looking around.
I think this is actually how you know they enter the REM cycle, I think,
They
is when
kick? That's scary.
But anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Just hit the like and subscribe.
like.
Just for that.
Subscribe.